spy thriller is always exciting, but the ones that draw from true events add a different kind of weight. These aren't just fictional cat and mouse games. They show us what intelligence work really looked like during tense moments of world history. From Cold War paranoia to daring modern operations, history-accurate spy movies allow us to experience the real-life tension. In today's video, we are going to talk about some of the best films that mix spy thrill with historical truth. Stick around and don't forget to comment on your favorite spy movie and subscribe for more. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy.
We're both looking for the weaknesses in one another.
Based on John le Carré's famous novel, Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy is a perfect example of history. Accurate spy movies set against the backdrop of the Cold War. Released in 2011, this Thomas Alfredson directed film stars Gary Oldman, Colin Firth, Tom Hardy, and Benedict Cumberbatch. Oldman delivers a masterful performance as George Smiley, a retired intelligence officer brought back to uncover a Soviet mole deep inside British intelligence. Unlike the usual action-heavy spy films, this one moves slowly and deliberately, mirroring the careful, shadowy methods of real espionage.
What they seen. So ugly.
The plot captures the tense atmosphere of 1970s Europe. The muted tones are mixed perfectly with the quiet pacing. The film's authenticity is not just limited to historical accuracy. It extends and portrays realistically how spy networks actually operate. The movie received critical acclaim, with Oldman earning an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Argo. When it comes to balancing truth and suspense, Argo does it brilliantly. Directed by Ben Affleck, this 2012 spy movie is based on the real-life rescue mission during the Iran hostage crisis of 1979 to 1981. The film stars Affleck himself, alongside Bryan Cranston, Alan Arkin, and John Goodman. The story follows CIA agent Tony Mendez, who hatches an outlandish but effective plan of posing as a Hollywood producer, scouting for a sci-fi film in order to smuggle 6 American diplomats out of Tehran.
Probably not alive. We're responsible for these.
Argo shines with its mix of tension with moments of humor, thanks to its Hollywood subplot. It captures the chaotic atmosphere of Tehran during that era, while keeping audiences on the edge of their seats, including Best Picture. With the core story of international cooperation being rooted in fact, Argo remains a standout example of how history-accurate spy movies can entertain while honoring true events. The Lives of Others. Florian Henkel von Donnersmarck's The Lives of Others is one of the most powerful history-accurate spy movies ever made. Released in 2006, this German masterpiece takes us into East Berlin in the 1980s, where the secret police known as the Stasi kept a relentless watch on citizens. The story follows Gerd Wiesler, played by Ulrich Mühe, a loyal Stasi officer assigned to spy on a playwright and his lover. At first, Wiesler does his job with cold efficiency, but as he listens in on their private lives, he begins questioning his role and the morality of the system he serves.
Das jetzt zu veröffentlichen? Im Westen, mit deiner Hilfe.
The film captures the suffocating atmosphere of life under constant surveillance, making it a chillingly realistic portrayal of Cold War paranoia. It was universally acclaimed, winning the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. This film is often praised for its nuanced script and haunting performances. The Imitation Game.
No one can imagine.
Released in 2014 and directed by Morten Tyldum, The Imitation Game tells the remarkable true story of Alan Turing, a mathematician whose genius helped shorten World War II. Played by Benedict Cumberbatch, Turing works at Bletchley Park with a team of codebreakers, including Joan Clark, portrayed by Keira Knightley. Their mission is to crack Germany's Enigma machine, a code believed to be unbreakable. The movie shows Turing's brilliance as he develops a machine that can decipher the messages, ultimately saving millions of lives.
Boss is a Soviet spy.
You've got more secrets than the best of them. What if I don't fancy her in that way?
Can't tell anyone.
While the film dramatizes some events for narrative impact, its heart lies in celebrating Turing's extraordinary contribution to the war effort. Cumberbatch's performance earned him an Academy Award nomination, and the film itself won the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. Audiences praised it not just for its historical detail, but also for shedding light on Turing's tragic personal struggles. Bridge of Spies.
You started to fall apart.
Is this your position or your government's?
Is there any outcome here where I'm not either detained or shot?
Bridge of Spies is a polished example of how history-accurate spy movies should look like. Directed by the three-time Academy Awards winner, Steven Spielberg, this 2015 film brings layers of humanity amidst global tension. With Tom Hanks leading the cast as lawyer James B. Donovan, the film is set during the Cold War and dramatizes the tense prisoner exchange between the United States and the Soviet Union. Donovan is recruited to negotiate the trade of captured U.S. pilot Francis Gary Powers for Soviet spy Rudolph Abel, portrayed brilliantly by Mark Rylance.
We're in a battle for civilization.
The Constitution, it's what makes us Americans. Shouldn't we show our enemies who we are?
Spielberg crafts a story that will hook you in its courtroom drama with high-stakes diplomacy. You'll see the moral courage of an ordinary man placed in extraordinary circumstances. Rylance's quiet but powerful performance won him the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, while Hanks's steady presence gave the movie its heart. The film proves that spy movies don't need constant action to be thrilling, because the suspense of negotiation and diplomacy can be just as intense. Spy Game. Spy Game pairs Robert Redford and Brad Pitt in a sleek yet surprisingly grounded spy thriller. While this 2001 film doesn't adapt a single true story, it draws inspiration from real CIA practices and the political climate of the late 20th century. Director Tony Scott gives it a strong sense of realism. The plot centers on Redford's character of a veteran CIA officer named Nathan Muir, who must outsmart his own agency to rescue his protege, who is captured in China. Pitt played the character of the protege.
You're accusing me of lying to you.
I give you an order, you take it. It doesn't get any easier.
Unlike some of the slower spy dramas, Spy Game balances character-driven storytelling with fast-paced editing and stylish direction. Redford brings gravitas as the seasoned spy master, while Pitt portrays the younger, risk-taking operative. The Good Shepherd.
Have to be strangers.
Remember what I said to you about friends?
Get out while you still can, Edwin.
Robert De Niro's The Good Shepherd, released in 2006, is an ambitious attempt to trace the origins of the CIA, casting 2 Academy Awards. Winners Matt Damon and Angelina Jolie. The film follows Edward Wilson, a fictionalized character inspired by real intelligence officers. Through his eyes, we witness the formation of America's post-war spy agency, from World War II counterintelligence to covert operations during the Cold War.
Like us, choose to serve for nickels a day in a profession that makes us continually look over our shoulders for who's watching us.
The movie is heavy and deliberate, much like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, reflecting the secrecy and sacrifices tied to espionage. Charlie Wilson's War.
And it's going to get done quietly.
You have authority to do this?
None whatsoever.
Directed by Mike Nichols and released in 2007, Charlie Wilson's War is a sharp political drama with a dose of humor. Based on true events, it tells the story of U.S. Congressman Charlie Wilson, played by Tom Hanks, who partnered with CIA operative Gust Averkotos. Philip Seymour Hoffman plays Gust, who secretly funnels support to Afghan fighters resisting the Soviet invasion in the 1980s. Julia Roberts also stars as a wealthy socialite who pushes Wilson into action.
Belly dancer. While she's dancing for the defense minister, we'll be talking to his deputy.
Oh my God.
No, she's supposed to be good.
This film stands out among history-accurate spy movies, with its perfection in mixing satire and serious subject matter. The dialogue crackles with wit. The movie highlights the unintended consequences of covert operations, hinting at how today's global conflicts were shaped by those decisions. A Most Wanted Man.
We have 3 hours to apprehend Abdullah and make him ours.
Hello?
Based on another John le Carré novel, A Most Wanted Man came out in 2014. This Anton Corbijn film carries his signature blend of tension and realism, starring Philip Seymour Hoffman in one of his final performances. Alongside him, the cast includes Rachel McAdams and Willem Dafoe. Set in Hamburg after 9/11, the film follows a German intelligence team trying to track a suspected Chechen militant who may be involved in financing terrorism. The movie captures the uneasy balance between human rights and national security, a theme that feels incredibly relevant.
Got a lot of friends here in Berlin.
Watch your back.
The man's tolerant and engaged with the West, but every good man has a little bit of bad, doesn't he?
Hoffman's understated performance as Gunther Bachmann anchors the film with quiet intensity. It showcases the exhaustion of intelligence officers caught in endless bureaucracy. The film's authenticity and somber tone matches brilliantly with its slow pace. It exemplifies what makes history-accurate spy movies so compelling with its realism. Operation Finale.
Forever.
Released in 2018 and directed by Chris Weitz, Operation Finale dramatizes the daring Israeli mission to capture Adolf Eichmann, one of the chief architects of the Holocaust. Starring Oscar Isaac as Peter Malkin and Ben Kingsley as Eichmann, the movie recounts the 1960 operation in Argentina, where Mossad agents risked everything to bring Eichmann to justice. This film stands apart in its psychological battle between Malkin and Eichmann. Kingsley's chilling performance humanizes the monster just enough to make the conversations unsettling, while Isaac delivers charisma and determination.
If you fail, he escapes justice.
Though the movie takes some liberties with dialogue and details, it stays faithful to the essence of the operation. The Courier.
Bring back the best source of Soviet intelligence you've got at a time where Russia and America are on the brink of nuclear war.
The Courier tells us the true story of Greville Wynne, an ordinary British businessman who became a crucial spy during the Cold War. Played by Benedict Cumberbatch, this 2020 film introduces us to Wynne, who is recruited by MI6 and the CIA to carry messages from Oleg Penkovsky, a Soviet officer providing vital intelligence. Their partnership helped defuse the Cuban Missile Crisis, one of the most dangerous moments in modern history.
We can't get him out. If things were the other way around, Penkovsky would abandon you.
He would never leave me to die.
Directed by Dominic Cook, the film emphasizes the bravery of unlikely heroes. It shows us ordinary people risking their lives for the greater good, while Merab Nenidze shines as Penkovsky. Operation Mincemeat.
Its soldiers unseen, pray. Its heroes unsung.
John Madden directed Operation Mincemeat, revisiting one of the most famous British deception operations of World War II. Starring Colin Firth, Matthew Macfadyen, and Kelly MacDonald, this 2021 film follows the daring plan to plant fake documents on a corpse in order to mislead Nazi Germany about the Allies' invasion of southern Europe. The movie brings historical detail with personal drama, highlighting the intelligence officers who devised the plan.
We are in the dark.
If the enemy is waiting for us on those beaches, history herself will avert her eyes from the slaughter.
While some viewers felt it leaned too much into melodrama, others praised its faithful depiction of the mission and the performances of its lead actors. The operation itself was a brilliant example of wartime ingenuity, and the film captures both the absurdity and the danger of pulling it off.